Howdy everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. As always, we are live streaming our sessions on twitch.tv first, and then we'll be uploading the episodes to YouTube and podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow us here on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitter as random_Rhapsody. Okay. So when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus had escorted their friend and companion, Edmund Coltrast, to the capital city of Northimia to report the true story of his family's murder to the king. After foiling a plot by the king's chancellor to stop the young lord, the circus took a moment to relax and enjoy some revelry at the Harlequin's Giant Inn. Over the course of the evening, the party chatted with the locals, enjoyed a nice meal, discussed armor and music, and even drew the attention of a group of religious types draped in the symbol of Baltus the Father. Eventually, the group called it night and headed back to their rooms for a good night's rest. The next day, the circus took care of a few personal errands before setting off for the Twisting Spire, home to both the Institute Arcanum and the Magisterium. The group met with Allard Palestep, the Master Magus of the Magisterium, say that 3 times fast, who questioned the group about the Cult of the Dreamer and the events of their first adventure. Seizing the opportunity, Fantine offered up the ritual book they had found in the cultist's possession in exchange for assistance in a continuing relationship with the Magisterium. Finn explained the curse he was under to the Master Magus, who then decided to introduce the group to a wizard named Runenash, who was the Institute's conjurer, and who primarily researched the subject of demonology. After studying Finn for a bit, Runenash offered to not only give some advice about the satyr's quest, but also to summon a demon on the group's behalf, provided, of course, that the circus could acquire the spell components necessary to cast it. With our meeting concluded at the Institute, the circus headed to the Erudite Conclave to have dinner with Torek Opalmane, the chief archivist. And over the course of the meal, the group discussed topics ranging from the elves leading their borders to the future of young Edmund. Eventually, the conversation turned to the punishment the king would likely assign the group for injury to his soldiers. A simple investigation mission by the sound of it, though the archivist cautioned the group that the task was unlikely to be anything so straightforward. The dwarf then made the group an offer: access to the Conclave's archives in exchange for their assistance in a venture close to where the king was likely to send them. The circus quickly agreed, and, with these new insights into the future, the group finished the meal, made their goodbyes, and set off back towards the inn. And so, Debauchery Circus, you all leave the conclave behind and head off down the darkened city streets. The sky above you are quite dark, but blissfully clear of clouds. A low moon is climbing its way upward in the sky, though it still has a couple of hours left before it reaches its zenith. I believe we said it was about 10 o'clock or so when we ended things last session. Mm-hmm. You've got about a 45-minute walk or so from the conclave to the inn you stayed at in the Merchants District, and there is still the citywide curfew in place right now. The once crowded streets of Northimia are much more empty at this time of night, and most of those out right now seem to be either heading home or to the pub or simply carousing in the streets. As you all hurry along the emptying streets towards the inn, a question comes to each of your minds. The question is, what feature of your body would you emphasize if you were to draw a cartoon of yourself? Think of like those caricatures at the zoo or whatnot. And since Finn was the one who rolled, why don't you go ahead and answer first?
Well, let's go with my let's go with my horns. All 3 of them.
All 3 of them, huh? Well, I don't know if Finn is necessarily the horniest member of the party, but he certainly has a pair of big ones. Fantine, how about you?
My eyes. Just big orbs.
Yeah, you do kind of have those anime eyes type, don't you?
Big anime girl eyes, but Fantine wouldn't like it. Then she would be mad about it.
Ormr, how about you?
Probably my most prized possession, which would be my arms. You know, my most useful weapon.
So you have maybe the big Popeye arms.
Probably that or my shell.
Okay, I dig it. Tergot, how about you?
I guess nose.
Your nose, just a big Pinocchio or Goofy type snout. Okay.
Big ol' honkin' honker.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. Well, Debauchery Circus, as I said, you guys are hurrying along the roads. You said you guys were heading back to the inn.
What time is the curfew for?
Midnight.
Midnight.
You said midnight was when we needed the moon to be to get that ingredient, right?
Well, the moon at its zenith, that could mean midnight, but I don't know that it does.
Generally, yeah, that's what he was imparting when he told you guys that.
Okay.
When the moon is at its highest, the herbs that you guys were looking for are said to be the most potent.
Poyoke. Poyoke herb?
So we need to get some of those tonight then.
Does anybody see, like an entrance to the sewer anywhere? I mean, we're definitely staying out past curfew.
Let's look around, I guess.
I know my way around sewers, alright.
That's why we need you, Tergot.
Okay. So you're looking for sewers. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh.
14.
There are occasionally manhole covers. As you guys walk along the cobblestone streets, you'll occasionally see gratings in the side of the roads for runoff and that sort of thing. And you have seen occasionally manhole covers, probably about every block and a half or so. There is an actual complex sewer system, and you could even pause and ask a local, and they'll tell you that much of the inner city of Northimia does have a sewer of some type underneath it. A city as big as this, I mean, there's industrial waste, there's personal waste, there's all sorts of stuff that comes out of a city this size. So
I guess we're looking for an entrance that is hidden so that we aren't just dipping into the sewers in front of everybody on the street.
Yeah, like a manhole cover that would be occluded
Down
in
in the
shadow,
alley.
or
okay.
with at least a place with nobody around to see.
Okay. So if you're looking, what area of the city are you specifically looking to go? Are you just you're right now, like I said, you are heading from from the Erudite Conclave. Let me go ahead and pop the map up for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So the green dot, that's where you guys were, and actually the Merchant District is kind of closer to there. So yeah, I'd say probably take you about more like 30 minutes to walk to the Merchant District where you guys were. You guys are actually kind of close to the wharf at this point. So where specifically are you wanting to head down into the sewer? Because you could do it pretty much anywhere. If you're looking for a more secluded, hidden place, there are some of those as well. I'm more looking for what area of the city are you starting your search?
Did he give us a suggestion as to where we might find the herbs more likely than others?
Yeah, I don't know. 'Cause
I don't think you ever asked him that, honestly.
it's just like, pick
The
this
wharf
herb,
would
it
be a
grows in the
decent-
sewer.
The
Yeah.
wharf would be a decent spot to look for bodies.
Yeah,
so I figure we can start there.
I would say that he would have at least given you a vague idea of where to find them. I would say that he probably would have imparted the information that he generally gets the herbs from a supplier in the Merchant's Row,
Mhm.
about halfway between the wharf and the palace.
Okay.
Um,
we can
So
start there,
yeah,
I guess. Heading towards the wharf while we're looking for the herbs and a body of some kind.
okay. Well, with a 16 of perception, I'm going to say that you do manage to. You go through the streets for a little while until you get to the merchant quarter of the city. You head a little bit more towards the wharfs, and in this area, you begin looking around. You can see that behind a few buildings, there are alleyways that you can go behind, and you guys kind of start looking around there. And between a couple buildings, you do spot a manhole cover.
Cool. Someone who is not me should pull that up.
Ormr, we need those strong arms of yours.
Yeah, I'll go and pull it up. Is that just a strength check?
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
17.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Turtles have claws, and you begin to wiggle yours in the cracks of the manhole cover. Everybody's seen one. I'm not going to bother describing it. It's not hard to get this up, and the 17 is more than enough to pull up a manhole cover. You do so with ease and move it to the one side, and there you see underneath it a darkened hole with the most foul stench you have ever smelt in your life. This nauseating stench wafts upward the moment Ormr pulls away the manhole cover, and all of you kind of gag a little bit as it hits you. With a city this size, as I said, it's not hard to estimate the amount of waste product it produces, which is massive, and all of it's funneled through the labyrinth below. But stealing yourselves, you all line up and can absolutely climb down if you want to.
Yep.
Hey, Fantine, do you got any
Any perfume?
Yeah, just something to mask the smell a little bit.
I hand him a bottle of perfume.
All right, thank you.
And so,
I do want that backed up.
Fantine gives you your perfume. What are you doing with it? You spraying it all over yourself?
I'll get some sort of cloth and just kind of put it on that so I can, breathe through that for a little bit.
Okay, I dig
The
it.
perfume has an extremely strong smell.
I'm gonna pull out some chalk and mark an X by the ladder.
Okay. So as you guys are all climbing down, go ahead and give me a marching order real quick. Who's going down first?
I'll go first, why not?
Okay. Who's going second?
I'll go second. That way, if anything pops up, I'm there.
I'll go third.
That makes Tergot bringing up the rear.
Easy enough. So, Finn, you begin to climb down with ease. The ladder is a little rickety as you're going down it, but It's not too bad, and you climb down without a problem. The underneath, as you climb down, you find yourself at the bottom of a dark and damp chamber made of greenish-gray stone. This appears to be a service entrance for whoever is maintaining the sewers. The smell down here is even worse than you imagined, and you're having to force yourself to take slow, measured breaths, or you risk losing your dinner. The chamber itself is very dirty, with paper and debris lining the edge of the wall around you, and you can see that there's a tunnel leading to the north that ends in a slightly rusted metal door. Ormr, you climb down second shortly after Finn jumps off the ladder. I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
$23.
Okay. You are climbing down this ladder, and your form is very big. You're a turtle. You're massive, and you kind of have to wiggle a little bit just to get your shell around into the manhole cover, which you do. And as you're descending down, you just feel this ladder shaking beneath you, and you have to stop and take very slow, measured steps down, clutching this ladder as hard as you can. But you do make it down with no problem.
He's calling you fat.
Careful, guys. The ladder's a bit weak.
Oh, don't worry. I have hollow bones like a bird. I climb down.
No, I think you should be worried about that.
I'm very light.
I'm not gonna go too far away from the ladder in case it gives way and I need to catch somebody.
Well, I am going to go ahead and move you guys to the next map now. And all of you do make it down without a problem. Ormr was really just the biggest one, so she was going to have the most issue doing it. But with that 23, no problem whatsoever.
He's calling you fat.
And anyway, as I described for Finn, it is a dark and damp chamber made of greenish gray stone. And down the hallway, about 50 or so feet ahead of you, you can see a slightly rusted metal door. And I just can't talk today for whatever reason. I am tripping over my tongue horribly. Anyway, what do you guys want to do?
Like I said, I'm pulling out some chalk and at least marking next to the ladder so that we know where we came in from.
Certainly, you can do that. I'll put a little mark right here. There you go.
And then I'll start forming up, marching.
Oh, yeah.
Heading to the door.
Okay. As I said, it is a very large iron metal door. Rusted appears. You see quite a bit of corrosion on it. It does have a handle on it, and it does seem to be locked.
Oh. So, yeah, this is a job for someone else.
We all look at Tergot at the same time.
Yep, it's me. I'm gonna... It's probably not trapped. I'm just gonna pick it. Oh, I got a 9.
You insert your tool into the lockpick and twist it around and snap. The pick breaks.
Hey, Ormr, remember what we did into prison?
Yeah, you want me to just push it open?
Yeah, could you just hit it enough, honestly?
Is
Yeah, I'll
that
try.
gonna make a whole fuck ton of noise that people up top will be able to hear?
Yeah, but my pick broke and it's in there.
I mean, we are in a
Wait.
sewer. I don't.
Let's be clear. Is it in there?
Oh yeah, the lock, the pick itself is broken into the lock.
Okay.
You might be able to work at it for a little while and take some time to try to extract it and try to pick it again if you want to.
Are we gonna be
Would it-
stealthy? Cause
Would it be a strength check if I just try to shove this door open?
Probably an athletics check.
Okay, I mean I like that better anyway.
All right, give it a shot then, I suppose.
Might as well.
That would be 11. That would
Ormr comes
that would be
running
good.
up and smashes into the side of the door with her shoulder, and it hurts Ormr. That metal is solid. And you all hear this loud clong as she hits it.
well, that didn't work.
What about
I mean,
this?
I'm gonna try it again. I'm hard-headed.
I
I'll
have
try it again.
a question, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Mage hand is a spectral hand. Could
Yes.
it remove the piece of the pick from the lock?
While it's spectral, it still has a form. It still has a substance. You can't make it go half translucent, and
Damn.
it's not a ghost hand.
I have an idea. Someone here has a spell that repairs objects, right?
Oh, I do.
Oh, repair
yeah,
the pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the pick, kind of, put
Put
two
it
pieces
next
together
to-
and.
I
No.
cast mending.
I like it. Good solution. You place the pick next to the broken part, and Fantine casts her cantrip, and sure enough, the two pieces merge back together, and you're able to extract the broken piece out of the lock.
That's a really handy spell. You're gonna have to teach me that sometime.
Thank you. I actually just picked it up myself.
Yeah, good use.
I'm gonna
Good use of spell.
change out my picks. Try
know
a
what?
different one.
Tergot, I feel like that was your idea. Take a point of inspiration for that.
Thank you, but I already have one.
Well,
Then you should have
Give
used
it
it
to me.
before. Nope.
Perhaps.
Sorry, doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I'll try picking it again. Oop. 22.
There you go. With ease this time, you hear that click, and the door is unlocked, which I'll go ahead and remove for you. Oops. You open the door, and as you push it open, there's a loud creak that echoes from all along the stone walls in all directions. Before you is a long tunnel with a channel of dark, foul-smelling water flowing towards the east. The ceiling in this area is about 10 feet high and seems slick and glossy under your dark vision. One corridor of stone tile is on each of its sides, acts as a raised platform to walk along to avoid the murky water traveling down its center, which flows towards a large pipe about 6 feet wide with a grate of iron bars that drop down across the low ceiling tunnel and then disappears into the darkness of the water. Drops of water fall from the ceiling, breaking the silence that is only accompanied by the flow of water coming from the pipes to either side. To your right, you can see another metal door in the southern side of the walkway, not far from where you all poke your heads out of the door. The walkway is broken on either side by a bridge of wood plank towards the eastern side of the corridor.
Well, Tergot, you and me have got it the worst down here.
Well, I got this perfume rag, so, you know.
Yeah, but
Unless you're talking about something different.
you and I are the furry ones.
Oh, that. That too. I thought you were talking about the nose for some reason, but
No.
yeah, that also, yeah.
I guess let's see what we can find. Keep an eye out for plants and herbs, and
Yeah, I'm looking for herbs
also bodies.
and
Looking-
dead bodies.
Can you take me off of Fantine's? Because I accidentally moved her. Because I can also move her and me.
Huh, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm able to move Ormr as well.
Let me take a look real quick.
I'm gonna pick you up.
You're actually the same person.
Oh, we became joined.
Don't tell anybody. Jeez.
I think it's from when I had you guys looking through each other when you're on different...
Yeah, that is why.
yeah. Okay, you guys should be good now.
Probably, but...
Okay, so you said you're walking around, kind of taking a look around the room. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Okay.
Ooh, 20.
20 as well.
High five.
Haha.
We have 20/20 vision.
Yeah, we do.
Ooh, performance. Ormr does a little
Whoops.
jig.
Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. I meant that 19 on perception.
Yeah, but
Perception, performance, same difference.
well,
So she slips and lands in the water.
yeah, probably.
No, I did not mean that performance, though.
Well, anyway, with Fantine and Finn having a 20 perception and Ormr fudging her rolls, you can. The first thing I'm going to point out is that the water itself is very dark. You cannot see the bottom. You're not sure if it's a foot deep or 20 feet deep. You're probably not 20 feet deep, but you get my meaning. It's dark enough that you really can't see how deep it is. Other than the fact it is moving pretty damn fast. You do not see any herbs or anything like that. There is some lichen growing in a few spots. Nothing really to write home about or anything like that. The door to the south is locked as well. That's really about it in that room.
Okay, I know I'm gonna regret this, but in the smell of the place, can I detect anything that smells like oily or something?
Oily?
Like if we light up a torch, is the entire river suddenly gonna go up in flames?
With your 20 perception, I'm going to say that the most odor you're getting at first is just that hard mix of fecal industrial nastiness. It doesn't smell oily to you, like it doesn't smell like the fumes would just suddenly explode or anything like that in this area. It's more of a refuse horrible smell than a chemically one.
Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yes. Does anyone have the light cantrip?
Nope. I do
Cool.
not.
No lighting a stone and dropping it down then?
Oh, I do have magic stones, but they just hurt things.
Yeah.
I have 6 of those. Fantine
How
gave me.
deep this is or something?
They're
Or
probably not magic anymore. I think.
Oh,
they're just
7.
carrying
Wait.
pebbles.
What? They're not magic anymore?
Yeah, they're magic for 1 minute.
Why didn't you tell me? I've been collecting these.
Trying to build them up for a special occasion. Here, I cast magic stone on a few pebbles and give them 3 magic pebbles.
Absolutely.
Those ones will work.
Well, they're just gonna not be magic
We'll
anymore.
use them in the next minute.
I have a bow.
Is detect magic a cantrip?
No, but I do have a wand for it.
So the stones are magic. What would happen if we dropped one down and then used detect magic? Would the outline of it be able to allow her to see what the bottom looked like?
What it looked like? No.
I would see
You
the
would
outline of the
you would
stone.
feel she would be able to see the fact that there is a magic stone there,
Mm-hmm.
but it would just be like a little fuzzy dot.
Okay. Oh well, it's worth a shot.
I mean,
Are
it would
you
be
trying
interesting
to-
if we were trying to tell how deep it was, but I think we can assume it's probably not super deep since it's a sewer.
I mean,
But
yeah, you could do
that's an
that
idea.
if
That's
you.
an idea for later.
Yeah, you could do that.
I
Technically,
just was wanting to potentially see what was on the bottom without actually having to go in it, but
So I do have my old quarterstaff that I could use to see if I can touch the bottom with it. Not doing it with my new mithril one, but I have my old one.
I think
Apparently.
we're fine with not knowing how deep the sewer is at this point.
Yeah.
in time.
Okay.
You know, I don't even want to know,
But
honestly.
there is a door here that we can go through, or we can continue down this path. There's no Hoyok herb here that I can see. So let's continue on.
What can I see with my 120 feet? of
Well,
dark
as
vision?
I said, the room ends right about
Oh,
right
right.
here.
There's a grate there.
And then there's a grate there's a tunnel right there, a large tube that extends down under the water, and you can see an iron grate over the tube.
Okay.
It extends down into the water and beyond, and you lose sight of it as the water as it hits the water.
Okay, so
Well,
we can't tell if it covers the entire thing.
Not from no.
It
Okay.
seems like this door is our best option.
For now, at least, yes.
Tergot.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was preoccupied. Alright, door time. Oh, natural one.
Well, you have inspiration.
Oh, indeed.
Is it worth it to use?
Spend
Yes.
that bitch.
Is it worth it? Can you
So
worth
I'm
it?
just gonna to jump in real quick, and with a natural one, you would have broken it the same way you would have with your thieves. You did the previous. With Fantine casting her mending spell, it can be fixed again very easily. So
Oh,
you could
okay.
just roll another thieves' tools, knowing that one
Yeah.
failed. It breaks, you fix it, you can do it again. That
Never
way you
mind.
don't have to use your
You'll never have
inspiration.
to buy more
I
things
just thought
to
because
again.
it was a natural one, it might have like broken in the lock in a way that we couldn't like try and pick it again or something.
I can't
I've
think
had-
of a way that it would.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I've had GMs be nasty like that.
Alright, this lock is very tough. 22 again.
There you go. That lock is able to get open once again. It's a good use of the mending cantrip. Like if you guys didn't have the mending cantrip, then I'd probably be like, yeah, it breaks in there, you can't get it out. But that's good use of the spell in this situation, so I'm fine with it.
Yay.
You know, Fantine, I think there's this little connection between you casting mending on my picks and me getting the door open. So you should just cast mending on my picks every time.
I just continuously mend the picks, whether they're broken or not.
You know, because like I fail, you cast mending on it, and then it
Like,
opens.
All
You know.
the little scratches that they get on them just get fixed, so it looks pristine.
So as you open the door, you push open the rusted iron door to find a corridor of about 7 feet tall and 10 feet wide, leading downward along a gentle slope that goes south and angles slightly to the east. Through your dark vision, you can see a low-hanging mist or fog hanging over the tunnel as it turns out of your line of sight.
Right. Move forward slightly.
As you all begin to walk into the mist, you all begin to smell an odd sort of aroma that hits your nostrils. And I'm going to need each one of you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Whoa. At least I have a bonus on it.
I got an 18.
Not that having a +5 to wisdom saving throws helps.
I got a big old 5 on that, so.
So, Fantine,
Do you guys smell that?
you're
Is
fine.
Is it
It's
a
an odd
spell
thought.
or magical effect?
Nope.
And
And
I will use my Dark One's luck to add a d10 to my saving throw.
Okay.
16 now.
You know, I think this actually might be the correct situation to use inspiration. So,
If you want to, go ahead.
14.
Okay. So,
And
Fantine.
I'm just gonna sit with my 10 because I have nothing to help me.
Yep. So, Finn and Fantine, or Finn and yourself, you begin feeling this gas affect your mind, and unfortunately, you focus, and with the Dark One's own luck, you manage to push it away, and your mind clears. Tergot and Fantine. Unfortunately, Tergot, a 14 is a failure. And Ormr, with a 10, is also a failure. As you breathe in this gas, you feel your mind begin to twist, and you begin to grow dizzy as delusions just begin to flash over your eyesight. I need each one of you to roll me a d10, please, as you are now confused.
That would be a 9.
Tergot, these delusions that are coming up, are just terrifying you. You're seeing monstrous shapes of black tentacles and eyes everywhere, just twisting around you, and you scream out in terror as you clutch your hands to your ears, close your eyes, and you just huddle down in a fetal position, terrified and unable to move. Ormr, you see these same things, but it doesn't seem to affect you. And you're bothered by them, but you still find that you're able to act normally.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick Tergot up and just carry him with us.
Let me down, please, let me down.
Oh dear.
Tergot, it's okay. Come on, kitty.
Tentacles, no.
So the two of you pick up Tergot, and all of you start rushing downward along this sloping path as quickly as you can. I'm going to need Tergot and Ormr to go ahead and roll me another d10 as you guys all... Yes, Fantine?
I give Bardic Inspiration to Tergot.
I believe you could probably give it to both of them.
Well, you could technically, but these are not saving throws they're making. This is just determining their behavior.
Oh, okay.
So they can't add anything to it, no.
They don't make another saving throw? Okay.
Not yet, no.
Okay, well then I'll hold up.
And that would be a 1 for that second throw.
So how far did we get before
Hey,
this happened?
same.
So you guys all get about a third of the way down, I'm going to say. Probably about here. You two do. Ormr, you're carrying Tergot. You're going to get a little bit less than that. You guys make it to right about here. As you're all rushing down. You both rolled a 1. Okay. So, on a 1, the creature uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. The random direction is determined by a d8. So I need each of you to roll a d8.
Well, considering I'm carrying Tergot, though.
But he has to do it too, because you're carrying him, but he's now going to try to run and get away from you. And you really can't stop him, because in your mind, you can see him for what he is, but then he just starts freaking out at the same moment you start freaking out. And you both run in opposite directions. Let's see. For Tergot, that's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You run here as far as you can, and just clutch at the wall. Tergot. Ormr, 1, 2, 3. You run this way as far as you can, and just stop right there and grab onto that wall. Finn and Fantine, you're free to move right now. The fog is... now that you're standing right where you are, the two of you can see a spout of a big pipe that is open, and water is spraying outward onto the ground, coating the floor for about an inch and a half as it flows towards the east. You can also see that the fog that you guys have all been standing in and breathing stop right about the same position as that as the water right there.
Okay. Does the water look clear, or is it pretty gunky?
It's pretty gunky and sludgy looking.
Okay.
Okay, so I definitely pull up my dress and tie it so that it's like not full length, dragging in this water. Oh man, listen to me. I think that we just need to get you to walk over this way, and perhaps it'll help to clear your mind, okay?
Any of you got a spare pair of pants?
Unfortunately, I don't have any trousers. I wish I did. I want to try to grab Ormr's hand and like guide her very gently, speaking in a soft tone.
Well, I'll say that you can grab her hand and kind of pull her along. We're still gonna use the kind of the drag rules for that if you're trying to physically move her. So you can move up to half your movement speed, pulling her along with you.
So if I move 15 feet.
And as you run through, you go ahead. Both of you give me dexterity saving throws.
Okie dokie.
At least I did something good. That was a 26. So nat 20.
Yeah. So, and Fantine got an 18, and you grab her hand and begin pulling her along behind you, Fantine, dodging back nimbly out of the way around the spraying water. It does still splatter on your legs as you're running by, but at least you do not get submerged in the water. And you're both able to get past.
Well, Ormr, how are you feeling here?
How's Ormr feeling?
You're still, the effects are still hitting you, and I need you to make another D10 roll. Same thing for you, Tergot.
That would be a 9.
Tergot. The visions are absolutely terrifying, and they're flying around you, screaming, and you just huddle down, absolutely just terrified. And you are unable to move or take action this turn.
I'm gonna try and move out of the mist.
And shouldn't you go back for Tergot?
Ormr,
with an 8 strength, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull him.
Ormr, you are fine. You could still help him and drag him. You're not gonna. You're moving at half your movement speed.
Yeah, Fantine's
Then yes, I'll move
along
move
a
back.
portal.
Hey, she's calling you fat.
Ormr, you have to focus. You've got to shake this, whatever it is. I see some clarity in your eyes right now.
I just kind of shake my head. Man, that was terrifying.
Are you better now?
I mean, not fully. I'm still under the effects, but I'm just not as terrified this time.
Yes.
Matt.
You are able to pull him down, and you can move about 15 or so feet.
Okay, I'm gonna take the action that I've always wanted to take.
Okay.
I'm not actually gonna hurt him, but I'm gonna slap Tergot.
Okay, you slap Tergot hard across the face.
Wake up!
Go ahead and just make a D20 and add your, well, I guess it would be a minus
Penalty.
your strength. Yeah.
A 2.
Give him a gentle tap.
Man, I felt like something brushed against my face. Oh no!
Yeah, so you very gently pat Tergot on the side of the cheek, trying to rouse him from his stupor. Both of them still are having this, are still confused, still seeing these wild, delusional images in front of them. Go ahead, both of you make another D10 roll.
Oh dear, I hope you don't whack me.
Back-to-back D10s?
Yeah, because you have to do this every turn. Every
6
round.
seconds.
Yeah, every 6 seconds. So I'm just trying to do this without like doing an initiative roll. Wow. Okay, so you both rolled an 8. Tergot, Ormr, both of you are looking at your friends right now, but instead of seeing your friends, Tergot, you see a giant hulking abomination dragging you down the hall, its fangs dripping with saliva, its tongue licking over your cheek in a gentle caress. And you both must make melee attacks against the person next to you. So Tergot, you're attacking Finn. Ormr, you're attacking Fantine.
If we're
Please don't.
doing
I am so
initiation,
sorry.
I choose the skull and bones.
So I need you both to make your whatever normal melee attack you would make against a giant monster like abomination standing next to you.
That probably doesn't hit.
Uses venom
Nope.
dagger.
I am so sorry.
Oh dear.
I am so sorry because that's what I would do. I don't have to do my whole 4-punch
And
move,
I
do
spend
I?
a key point, and I'm going to use my
No, you
bonus
don't want to.
action.
I really don't want to do all that.
And I'm going to use
No,
Hand of
definitely.
Harm.
Well, fortunately, it just says the creature uses action to make a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach. So Tergot slashes out at this monstrosity with a dagger of venom, and you feel that dagger just graze against your chainmail on your chest, Finn, and you kind of cry out, but it does not hit. Fantine, unfortunately, is cracked in the back of the head with this quarterstaff that Ormr just suddenly spins and strikes out with. So go ahead and roll damage, please.
I'm so sorry.
All right, Ormr. A little bit of tough love. I want to stab Ormr with a dagger.
Okay, well, you took 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Go ahead, Fantine. What you're attacking back?
I'm stabbing Ormr with a dagger in the hopes that that'll let her make another saving throw.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
How's an 18, Ormr?
It misses.
You slash across back at Ormr. Your dagger grazes against the front of her shell, but she takes no damage. It's top of the next.
I promise I'll slap some healing into you when I'm not crazy.
Both of you need to roll another d10.
Can I move first?
Yes, if you could.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna move away from Ormr, so I can be whacked.
Both of you seeing these monstrosities in front of you that you are trying to hit as they're all backing up, you two just freeze in place, absolutely terrified, and cannot take an action this turn.
Oh, thank God. I promise that was not personal at all.
I don't think there's anything that I can really do. I flick a magic stone. I don't know if slapping. I don't know if slapping would work.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to create the illusion of something that Tergot would find attractive.
And what would that be?
Potatoes.
A big thing of mashed potatoes.
Okay, you create this. Go ahead and pop the spell up in the
Sure.
in chat.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. So you create this image of mashed potatoes in front of Tergot,
Big old
flying
bowl.
around his head. Are you doing anything else on your two turns before I have them roll again?
I'm putting it like ahead of him so that he would have to move forward away from the mist in order to get it. Other than that, I'm going to try and move past the mist myself.
Well, you are past the mist. You're actually
Okay.
currently, based on the map where you placed yourself, you're currently standing right in the way of the water that's spraying out from that pipe. So go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have wanted to stop there at all.
Well, go ahead and give me that dexterity saving throw.
I never rolled
17.
my two numbers.
Yeah, you nimbly managed to dance yourselves around it.
Yeah.
And you're fine. What are you rolling these for, Fantine?
Those are my motes of fate that I had never.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
really hope I don't roll an 8 again.
Yeah, go.
If I do, I'm sorry, Finn.
Go ahead, both of you.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Go ahead, both of you. Roll your next d10s.
God damn it! Are you fucking
Rolled
kidding
an
me?
8, but we're out of melee range.
You are both out of melee range,
Oh,
and
okay.
what it says is use the action to make a melee range attack creature against a randomly determined creature within its reach. If there are no creatures within its reach, the creature does nothing this turn. So you both are just frozen in place, looking for something to hit, but you are still stuck there. Now-
I'll take a slash at the mashed potatoes.
Sure, I'll allow it. Ormr, now that you've been standing away from the fog for a few seconds, go ahead and give me another wisdom saving throw.
God damn, that's a 7. Wisdom is not my strong suit.
Your brain is still fogged with these delusions of monsters and creatures. That's it for your turn. Fantine and Finn, are you guys doing anything?
Yeah, if he moves close enough to slash through the mashed potatoes, revealing them to be illusion, I'm just going to create another one further down so that he has to keep moving forward to be able to reach them.
Okay, I like it. You position this next mashed potato illusion a little ways away from Tergot. Tergot and Ormr, go ahead and roll your d10s. Tergot.
That'd be a 5.
Yeah, don't forget to call out Tergot.
Oh, 9.
So, Tergot, the vision's clear from your eyes, and suddenly you realize there are no monsters around you, and you can move and act normally.
Tergot, come over here. You need to get out of this fog.
Potatoes.
Follow
You do
the
still see the potatoes.
I'm gonna start moving towards the potatoes.
And you absolutely can.
No, kitty, that's my mashed
You
potatoes.
can do whatever you want on this turn. You can act and move normally. Ormr, you are frozen in place, still terrified by the visions before you. But go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
If I can do something on my turn,
Yeah, let her do this real quick.
I wanted to give her bardic inspiration though.
Oh,
That don't help if she already do it.
you can do that now. You can give her inspiration now. How are you inspiring Ormr?
Oh man, I'm not very good with my flute, but I think that the acoustics in here might be good. So I pull out my flute, and I play a nice soft tune.
Absolutely. And as you play that soft tune, Ormr, you do feel a little more inspired. Even through the haze of these delusions in front of you, you do feel a little bit more confident and a little more inspired.
Okay, should I re-roll?
Well, no. We're gonna. If Finn's has nothing he wants to do, we'll go back to the top of the round. So I'll have the two of you go ahead and roll d10s for me again.
That's a 5 for me.
Once again, you are frozen in place and unable to do anything, but you can make your wisdom saving throw. This time, you also can add a d6 roll to that.
If you don't succeed.
Tergot, you are frozen still. You are
You should
frozen
be
in
able
place
to-
and unable to move.
Inspire
So that'd
both
be a
of them at the
17.
same time.
Pretty sure you can only inspire one person on a turn.
Yeah, because it's a bonus action.
Ormr, with a 17, finally the fog that is over your brain begins to clear, and you are the mist poisoning that had happened pushes clear of your body.
Oh man, if you don't slap some healing into me right now, I will stab you with a dagger.
Man, did you guys see all that?
No, I didn't. Get over
Wanna
here
go
and
up here?
slap me.
I'll cast Hand of Healing on you. And
Yes, I definitely saw you smash your quarterstaff as hard as you could against Fantine's
Yes.
head.
Oh,
that's a
That was,
2 healing. I am
quite
so
a
sorry
sight.
that sucked.
Turgot, go
Do
ahead
you need
and
more healing?
Turgot, you are once again
that gets me to
acting
full
acting normal and are able to move. The visions are clear from your mind, and you can act normally.
Get the fuck out of there, lad.
What is going on?
Come on.
Need to, well, don't stand next to me, but you just need to hang out here for just a moment. Let your head clear, breathe the fresh, quote unquote, air over here.
Son
Really
of a
not
bitch.
fresh. It wasn't.
Nah,
Matt, I had freaking stillness of mind. I could have gotten rid of all that crap for me.
Yeah, you could have.
Oh,
Don't
man.
forget about your dex saving throw when you try to move past the faucet.
Yeah, Tergot did need to make one as well.
Oh, 13. That's low.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the 13, as you moved past the water, you slipped and fell and landed on your rump in the middle of the water, and you are now soaked by this nasty, disgusting spray of raw sewage.
I'll sit there angrily.
And go ahead and with that 10, or you were able, or you just sitting there. Okay, so you're just sitting there angrily. Your turn comes up again, so go ahead and give me another D10.
6.
So with the 6, you freeze in place once again, unable to move. And you just sit there as this nasty, disgusting water is spraying over your body, and these illusions of horrors just float above your face. Now go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
15.
Yep, 15 is just enough. And you finally push clear of those delusions, and your mind is yours once more. And now that you can see, as you stand up and push yourself up in the water, you can see that the water spraying down on you comes from an open ceramic pipe near the top of the ceiling. The water flows east towards a corridor that seems to widen out about 15 feet ahead of you. The chamber it leads to is very wide, about 50 feet or more, with a ceiling about 15 feet above you. The water is barely ankle deep at its deepest parts, and you can see several floor drains along the way where the water continues downward. Pipes line along the northern side of the corridor about 10 feet from the floor, and the damp ceramic tubes seem to be covered in lichen and grime. Your footing as you're standing here, you realize, is very slippery, and you guys are going to have to move as gently and as carefully as you can to make your way across.
Okay. I would like to mount my broom of flying to hover above the water.
And you definitely can do that. The rest of you who can't,
You motherfucker.
Fantine pulls out her broom, sits on it, and begins to just float up into the air about 6 or so feet above you all, or just a little bit above everybody, because I don't think anyone's that
just above the
tall.
water,
Yeah.
mainly.
And the rest of the group kind of looks at you and scowls as they realize they're going to have to move really freaking carefully to get across.
I don't know. I'm a turtle. I feel like I'd have a little bit of advantage in this type of situation.
Hey, wait. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Uh-oh.
As soon as I see her getting on the broom, but before she starts flying off, I'm gonna climb on because it can carry up to 400 pounds.
Oh yes, and you know I am very light, so Papa Squat.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you can do that. However, the two of you flying together, it's a narrow broom. And you guys are going to have to be perched pretty precariously to fly. So I'm going to say the two of you still need to make one dexterity saving throw as you guys fly across to the far side.
All right.
The other two of you, Ormr and Tergot, you can move across this, but it is difficult terrain, and I'm going to need the two of you to make 3 dex saving throws as you go across.
So I have a climbing speed, so can I just climb across the walls?
Across the walls themselves? Let's see. I mean, they're flat surfaces. You could use them to climb up, and I suppose you could technically do that. It's just going to take you a really long freaking time to go across.
I mean, it would take me a longer time in difficult terrain, because I have climbing speed of 20, and unless I'm also half speed on.
So when I think of climbing speed, I think of your ability to climb up a wall or a tree or something like that, which is a very easy thing to do. This is more of like you're climbing up a sheer wall, brick surface with not a lot of great footholds. You're kind of using your claws to dig in there. You can still do it.
But if it's bricks, how is it sheer then?
Have you ever seen a tunnel made of brick? It's pretty flat, dude.
Yeah, there's not really a way that you can stick your fingers in between the bricks.
Yeah, there's mortar and stuff between them. It's not quite the same.
Okay, I've never actually seen a brick tunnel.
Well, Google one real quick. But needless to say, I'm trying to think. I'm going to say that you probably could climb up the side of the wall and use the pipes there to help yourselves along, Tergot. I am still going to... It's going to take away one of the saving throws you need to make to get across. But you should be able to do it just fine.
Okay. Then that's 2 dex saves I need to make?
Yes.
11 and 26.
Okay. So, first, I'm going to go Finn and Fantine. You both get on the broom and begin flying across. Fantine, you make it just fine to the far side. Finn, you're going and you're balancing on there. You get about halfway, and the broom begins to wobble a bit, and you fall and land on your back, prone, right about here.
Could Fantine try and catch me?
No, because she's holding on to the broom. Holding on to the broom is what she's doing with her hands, trying to guide it. Think about Harry Potter on the Nimbus, Is she really going to be able to turn back and grab somebody who weighs over 100 pounds at the same time? No.
Yes. There's actually a scene in the books where there's Fiend Fire destroying the Room of Requirement, and he grabs Malfoy and hoists him up onto his broom so that Malfoy does not die.
I'm still saying no.
That's fair. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, yes, he actually did that.
I honestly don't remember that, but I'm just thinking the physics of the broom. She's tiny, you're tiny. Those are two dudes who play sports ball on a broom for 6 years. It's not the same.
That's totally fair.
But you do fall, you land on your back. Your back is coated in this green or black sludgy slime that comes off from the bottom. And I'm going to need you to make one more dex saving throw. Tergot, with your 11, you start to climb up and you slide back down again.
17.
You have to climb up one more time, but you do manage to get up onto the pipes and scurry your way across to the far side. Then with a 17, you get back up and very carefully make your way down to the far length. I'm going to move you guys down there.
How many do I need to make? Is it
3.
two?
3. Oh yeah. Go ahead and read those out.
14, 24, and 25.
So the DCs to get across this was 14, 16, and 17. It got a little difficult as you went. I knew you had your broom. I figured you guys would be able to figure out a few creative ways to do this. But 14, 24, 25, without question. You all managed to make your way to the far side of this tunnel. And there you see, at the far end, part of the northern wall has been broken inward, leading to another tunnel that goes to the north. The hole in the wall is about 4 foot wide by 2 feet off the ground, but there's enough rubble that you could climb in and through it without a problem. Ormr, might have to wiggle a bit to try to make it through, but she should still be able to.
I mean, I can always just brute strength my way through, too, if need be.
You certainly could.
Oh, what I wouldn't give for a prestidigitation spell right about now.
So what do you got?
I've got Pass Without Trace.
Space.
Might be. It won't help with the smell, but it will help with the stealth.
No, I was asking because prestidigitation can clean things. So it just clean our clothes and fur and such.
Well, yeah, I understand that. It's just more of like a suggestion because I didn't know how to suggest it, and now I do.
All right. I would definitely accept the Pass Without Trace. If you
What are
think
we
be stealthy.
hiding from?
Well, there's obviously something in here. I mean, I saw like tentacles.
Well, I think that was just your imagination.
You mean while you were loopy?
Well,
You got a little loopy on the mist.
listen, my imagination is not the greatest. All right.
Well, how many drugs have you taken
I mean, at least 3 today, but that's not the point.
today?
You were higher than a boy drinking cactus juice.
I hear that stuff really gets to you.
I hear it's the quenchiest.
We'll have to try it if we're ever in the desert. But right now we're in the sewer, and we don't want to drink this water. So,
No.
what's the plan?
We weren't. No one was saying to drink the water. Anyway, do we need to stealth yet?
I don't think so. The plan is to keep moving and keep an eye out for plants and a nose out for the smell of blood.
Well,
It sucks I got so loopy that I forgot about my, the thing that would have helped me and would have stopped me from hurting my fellow teammate.
Don't we need to kill someone for that because it has to be?
They have to have died within the last 24 hours. So I think that we're hoping that we'll get lucky. But if we run into somebody who's asking for it, well, we'll see when we get there.
We're definitely gonna. If we run into anyone, they're definitely asking for it. So
I'm not willing to just kill anyone.
yeah, but sewer people are not good.
Okay.
Take it from me.
We're sewer people.
Hey, now.
We're in the sewer.
Hey now, I'll have you know, there are 4 very famous turtles that come from the sewer that...
What are their names?
Leonardo DiCaprio,
Wait, I want to hear
Donnie.
from here.
Don Giovanni,
Yes. Ralph something.
That's
Ralph
hard.
Wiggum.
Yes,
Ralph Wiggum.
I'm satisfied.
And, oh god, Mikey.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, yes.
Anyway.
Wow.
The
Sounds
4
terrifying.
famous sewer
Let's
turtles.
continue on.
I dig it. Okay. So as you can see there, through a hole in the wall, you can see another tunnel, another part of this sewer that leads
Before
somewhere
we
to the
leave
north.
this area, can I make a quick look to see if there's any poyok?
You certainly can.
Is it secret?
Any secret poyok?
Is it a secret tunnel?
Well, as I said, the wall itself is caved inward, and you can see a tunnel beyond through the hole. With a 12, you can see as there's some lichens and moss and fungus growing on the pipes themselves, but you don't see anything that might resemble an herb.
Sewer fungus.
Right. I suppose we should go down this secret tunnel.
All out with the
So wait,
abracadabra.
this herb is in the sewers?
Yes, he says it grows in the sewers and must be picked when the moon is at its zenith. Do we have any sense of like what time it might be? How much time? has
Yes,
passed?
what time is it exactly?
Well, good thing Finn has keen mind. That way he can know exactly what time it is. Let's see. You guys... didn't head to the inn. You
No.
made about
Jump right in there.
probably about I'd say probably about 25 minutes of walking, another 10 minutes. It's not quite 11 o'clock yet. It's probably like quarter till.
All right.
We're
Let's
still
be on
okay
our
for
way.
now.
Let's get back into our marching order.
What
Once we're
do
out
we
of the
do-
Water, I'm gonna land.
What do we do when if we fail? Are we just gonna call it a day and go back, or?
Yeah, then I think we come back tomorrow night and we
God.
try to pick it at its scene. Listen, we're summoning a demon whether you like it or not. I'm
Well-
not gonna let this opportunity pass.
I mean, I
Actually,
kind of don't like it, but to be, I mean, it also sounds fun.
It
I don't-
sounds very fun and interesting, and I'm going to do it. So
I
let's
think the
find it
appropriate
first.
answer is if we don't find any tonight, then we go to the man's shop in the morning who usually sells it to him and ask him if he's got any for sale.
But I think
We could have just done that
No,
from the
we
start,
need-
though. Why?
It's the special kind.
Because it's stronger when you pick it
It's
fresh
stronger.
from down here or something.
It's stronger when you pick it when the moon is at its zenith. So probably his normal seller just kind of comes down and picks it midday to avoid the curfew.
Yeah, but we didn't need to go to the sewers.
Yes, we did. It grows in the sewer.
Well, yeah, but we could have just bought it.
We've still got to look for the
Why do we
blood
need a
mate.
more powerful? Whatever.
That's what you said.
We're here now. It's whatever.
You think summoning demons is easy?
Yes.
You're wrong.
Do it right now then.
Do it.
I'm not magical.
All right. Well, then you have nothing to say on magical conversation.
I mean, that's only sort of true.
What's
Alright.
that? Something about you wanting to cast a cure wounds spell on someone, I heard?
I mean, I have.
A magical spell?
All
Well,
right.
I mean,
Let's
it's-
continue. We can't argue all
It's
night.
not
We're
demon
running out of time.
summoning.
We're running out of
Yeah,
time.
we'll move
Yeah,
on.
let's move on.
Yeah, it's more like about 10:50 at this point.
Move down the secret tunnel.
So yeah, you climb up over the rubble into the hole of the wall and through to the next side. As you do, you can see a. Let's see, where was it? Oh, there I am. This tunnel is about 10 feet wide by 12 feet, and you can see it continues north as far as your vision can go. As you move north, the tunnel begins to widen for about another 10 feet, and you can see a long stretch of pipe going along the western edge of this chamber close to the ceiling. Other than that, this corridor that you see before you, you can see a couple of drains in the floor, but this stretch of tunnel is blissfully empty.
Seems like folks have been laying a lot of pipe down here.
Indeed. I don't know. I'm gonna use a detect magic. My wand, so I can just have that active as we're going.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic through the wand. Make sure you mark off your charge on that. You do not, other than the group around you, you do not detect any magic. How what's the radius on that again?
I think it's 30 feet.
30 feet. Let's see here. But yeah, you don't sense anything.
Okay.
So quick, run down the hall before it goes out because that
Well, it
sounds
lasts
like there
for
might be
10
something there.
minutes, so I'm gonna keep walking forward.
Yeah, we'll keep moving.
Okay, so Fantine, as you and Ormr, as you all begin stepping forward, walking in this general direction. Actually, let's see. You all begin walking forward, and as each of you do, Finn, Ormr, and Fantine, I need all three of you to make
Hey.
dexterity saving throws as the three of you slam your face into an odd sort of wobbly substance right here.
Well, that's a fail.
15.
A 5 ain't gonna cut it.
18. Oh dear. Is that a large jelly?
Yes, you walk. You all three of you walk into this. Fantine, Ormr, you bounce off the edge of this absolutely invisible surface. Finn, you manage to push your way through it, and you feel. Hold on, damn it.
Pain.
Bad.
Oh yeah, a lot of pain. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Ah, that didn't do anything. Turn it.
Bingo.
You feel this form just begin to absorb you and suck you in. And as it does, you feel this burning sensation all around you. Damn it. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Sorry.
That's fine.
Taking 25 points of damage as this gelatinous cube just begins to grow opaque and slide around you, sucking you in. And I need everybody here to roll for initiative. Well, I put on some music.
Put on some jelly slapping sounds.
Yeah, I know, right?
Slap.
Just a repeated loop of that old school commercial where it's like Jell, oh, it's alive. Assuming, of course, that it doesn't have he who shall not be named in it.
Wow.
0.
Wow. Okay, so Finn, you are currently engulfed in this creature. So you are right there.
I can't breathe.
You cannot. But
What's it smell like?
at the top of the order, we have Fantine. You've just bounced off of this surface and slid backwards, Fantine, and you can now see the outline of this giant cube standing, leering before you, basically go almost to the ceiling of this dungeon area. What are you doing?
Let me just read something real quick. Okay. Well, I'm gonna bonus action give Finn bardic inspiration. Finn, I know it looks bad at where you're sitting, but I think you can overcome. You'll be fine. Am I able to attack this thing in a way that's not gonna stab through Finn?
It's pretty damn big, and it's actually begins sucking him in. There's probably about a few inches of surface between him and the outer edge of this creature.
Okay.
Wait, doesn't it take a bonus action to summon your glaive?
To summon my glaive? I don't think it takes a bonus action. I think it takes a full action to summon my glaive.
Oh.
So yeah, it says you can use your action to create a packed weapon in your empty hand.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and do that.
Well, hold on a sec. I thought there's a way, because once you summon it, it's there. It's just kind of in a like an extra dimensional
like I'm just
space.
carrying it around.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, do we assume that I had it already and have been walking around with it, or was I keeping it? I'd leave that up to you.
I'm looking on this real quick.
I feel like going into the sewers, you would have had it out because you never know what's gonna pop up at you.
Well, I mean, you had your hands on the broom is the only reason
Yeah.
why I asked.
I'm
But
gonna.
also,
there.
I do want to say one argument for that on the broom is the broom of flying says that it hovers beneath you and you can ride on top of it, not that you're holding it.
Well, but imagine a broom between your legs hovering. You're still going to have to hold on to it to keep balance.
I mean, yeah, you can say that. I'm just saying that specifically the broom says it hovers beneath you and you ride on top of it.
Yeah, but it's not like a surfboard, though. Or
I mean, does it say anything in the item description about having to make checks to stay on it?
No.
No, that's
what
really
that's what I'm
DM's
saying.
discretion, which is why
That's why
I
I'm
do
like,
it in certain circumstances, but not others.
Because I imagine Fantine riding side saddle, arms crossed, like, you know, chilling and hovering across it. But if I have to hold on to it every single time, because that's what you say in the game, then sure, fine. But that's how I would envision. But I'm fine with having to summon my glaive if I don't have it. So,
well, the argument for that is, what were you doing in that moment? Were you still riding the broom as you were going through a hole, and then did you get back on it afterwards?
I said once we left the water, I landed.
Okay, then I would say you probably either carrying the broom in your hand, or you have you put it back in the bag of holding. So my question to you is, would you have your glaive out in that instance?
Well, of course I'm gonna say yeah.
But yeah, you can say yeah because you want the advantage, but I want you to be honest with yourself about it.
Well, then I will just go with what I originally did, which was summon my glaive.
That's fine then.
But if you're giving me the option to already have it, of course I would take that. But I'll just summon it. You got Bardic Inspo. I summon my glaive.
Okay.
It's Ormr's turn.
Okay.
Okay,
Ormr.
I mean, Ormr's gonna do what Ormr does and
Do a punch
attack
and
with
slap.
quarterstaff twice. That's a 17 and a 19. Do either of those hit?
Okay. Yep. Yes, they both do hit.
Okay, so that'd be 9 and 11 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm also, or is it still alive?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
assuming?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then I'm also gonna do flurry of blows, and I am going to attack with my fists. So for the brass knuckles, I would assume I'd only get one, because is it a pair? Is it both hands?
I mean, you can just make 1-2 punches with your
Okay, then there. That's what I'm
fist.
doing.
Yeah.
So 22 and 15. So
Both
22
hit?
I know hits. Both hit?
Yep.
Okay, so that'd be a 7 and a 12.
Does she need to worry about being engulfed because she's punching it?
I'm looking at the rules of that right now. Actually.
Okay.
Finn's lonely. He wants company in
He
there.
does. So another 19 points of damage with your 2 other hits. Taking a decent beating from Ormr. I'm looking right now because, like, just reading it as is, I'm not seeing anything about it.
So then it would be DM's prerogative, I guess.
So technically, no. According to the engulf, the cube has to move into the creature's space. So she's just hitting it outside of the space, and she is 5 feet away from it. So no, this would not actually engulf her to hit it. You have anything else you're doing on your turn?
No, because I don't believe I can really do anything else. Because I did my action, I did my extra attack, and I did my bonus action.
Okay, so then that's it for your turn. Finn, you are currently engulfed and being slowly digested by this creature. The only thing you can really do in this moment is use your action to try to escape. And to do that, you need to make a strength check.
13.
A 13 is just enough to get past that. So you begin wiggling and clawing your way as this burning ooze coats your body. You reach out and you can feel the outer edge of it, and you start wiggling your way out. You can escape to a space of your choice within 5 feet of this cube.
Yep, I moved out that way.
Okay. And that's your action. It'll technically be action and 5 feet of movement, but yeah.
I don't have a bonus action, so next turn.
Okay. Staying where you are. Tergot, you're up next.
Oh, that's a big thing. I'm gonna bonus action disengage because now I'm 2nd level rogue.
Probably a good idea.
But I think that's 30. Yep. And I'm gonna take my 2 shots at this guy.
Don't forget to call your shots.
Yeah. 15 and 12.
And both hit.
Oh, I rolled sneak attack damage for the second one.
No worries. 23 points of damage in total.
Did you take off the sneak attack? I accidentally rolled sneak attack for the second one.
Yes,
okay.
I took it off.
And yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. That's it for Tergot. Next we come to the gelatinous cube's turn. Let's see, what is the gelatinous cube gonna do? Okay. The first thing it's going to do, Finn, since you squeezed your way out of it, you see a pseudopod shoot out from the thing, trying to smack at you. It's making a pseudopod attack, which is a 6, so I assume that misses. Yep. Next, on its movement, it is moving down and attempting to engulf both Ormr and Fantine, so I'm going to need the two of you to make dexterity saving throws as it moves towards you. And Finn, you have an attack of opportunity on the cube.
I don't have a weapon equipped. I guess I could make one with my horns.
Yeah, you could.
10.
Yeah, 10 hits.
3 bludgeoning.
You headbutt this ooze as it's moving away from you, and you can feel your horns just kind of bounce off the thing, but it does take a little bit of bludgeoning damage.
And I rolled a 12 for my dex save.
Okay.
And I rolled a 15.
Well, luckily 12 was the DC of the dex save. So both of you, as this thing tries to engulf the two of you, you both just bounce off of it and manage to get to one side. So each of you can move 5 feet in whichever direction you want along that axis. And that's it for its turn. Fantine, what are you doing?
No, I summoned my glaive, but I'm kind of hesitant to slash at it. I think I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna do, well, would this get my friend? 15-foot cube, yeah, that would get my friend. I don't want to get my friend with it. I'll just do a cantrip. So I'm gonna use my Void Touch, which I haven't done in a while.
Okay.
So I'll throw that up for everyone. Put in there. It says cast at what level? It's a cantrip.
Yeah, but if it improves by level, you always cast it at the highest level, regardless of what
So
you're using.
do I then put in when it says cast at
It
what
should
level?
just do it automatically. You should, if you just click the spell name, it should just roll the.
Yeah, it should be whatever your highest level is for your spell slots.
But I'm saying it's a cantrip.
It doesn't.
Right, but that doesn't matter. For warlocks, we cast at whatever is the highest level spell slot we have.
No, not for cantrips. But at higher levels of
It just
cantrips,
increases when you
they
get to
do
higher
increase.
levels.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
so
at level
it's gonna
5,
be
it would be 2d8. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you were to just click the text, it should just roll and do damage automatically.
So you're saying if I just click the word void touch? Because
Yeah.
that's what I did to get this.
Because that's what it's supposed to do.
Because then it says cast at what level? Cantrip. It's blank. I can put level 3.
Okay, I think because you're doing it at the wrong. Hold on a second. Let me try something. I'm using your character sheet.
That's fine.
See?
Oh, you're talking about in my little thing.
Yeah, in your actual attacks area.
Yeah. I'm throwing up the thing so y'all can see what it is. Alright.
Yeah, but when you're wanting to roll, you're rolling to attack. So click on that to actually roll to attack.
Okay. 17
And it does hit.
for 7, and that is the 2d8.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
And then I will, I guess I'll keep my bonus action myself.
Okay, is that it for your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we come up to Ormr. What are you doing?
I mean, since it worked so well the last time, quarterstaff twice. That's a 19 and a 13.
Both hit.
That's 11 and 11, so that's 22 damage.
Okay.
And then again, you know, my flurry of blows. That's a 26 and a 10.
Both still hit.
God damn.
You can't miss.
So that's a 9 and a 9 for AP.
Yeah, this thing has a 6 AC. It's big. It's like a 10-foot by 10-foot cube of jello. It's very easy to hit. And you did plenty of damage to take this thing out. So, Ormr, how does this look?
I mean, I imagine I pound it into, like, basically a bowl of, like, mushy jello, you know. Instead of being a nice cube, it's just all chopped up and, you know.
And as Ormr just goes into this mad flurry of punches, hitting this cube over and over again, it just begins to dissolve downward like hot jello. And you see it just turn into a pool of slime at your feet.
Getting out some of the frustrations of those tentacles from earlier.
Indeed. And with that, the creature now lies dead at your feet. A big, massive pool of disgusting slime. And this is a good time to take a break.
Sweet. I have to pee.
So we will be back in about 10 minutes, folks. Stay tuned. Howdy everybody, we are back. And the Debauchery Circus has just defeated its first gelatinous cube. Finn took quite a bit of damage when he was absorbed by the thing. But they all managed to get out and defeat it without too much damage to the whole group. And now that you guys are all standing there looking around, you kind of realize why this room looked so clean and with so empty. Gelatinous cubes are kind of like the Roomba of the D&D world. They just absorb everything and eat everything. And as your guys are kind of looking around now, you can see in the distance another broken part of this tunnel, which appears to have been caved in. You kind of are all looking towards the back, and you can see a little bit of a caved-in, well, I guess cave for lack of better word, caved-in tunnel, that as you approach it, you can see to the far end, it is tight-packed stone.
Now, there wasn't any items within the gelatinous cube, was there?
There was not. It was perfectly empty, and the reason you guys all walked into it is when they don't move and they're just sitting there, they are completely transparent.
Mm-hmm.
You can see completely through them. The fact that you could see completely through it tells you that there was nothing inside of it.
Okay, fair point.
Well, as we continue, I want to have my glaive in front of me, swinging it side to side.
Using it kind of like a blind man's pole a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, I get it, and you can do that, and you can make out your way all towards the back without hitting anything else.
The gelatinous slime goop is still on the ground, right?
It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one of my vials and just get some of it.
So you go over and you dip your one of your glass vials into it, and it begins dissolving almost immediately.
Uh-oh.
The glass dissolves?
The glass
Need
dissolves.
some magic glass vials.
Guys, this acid is not normal.
I think that's pretty standard for acid.
Well,
Dissolving things?
Glass doesn't really dissolve in acid. I mean, over time it will, but not immediately.
I see. It must be a powerful acid.
That's what I'm saying. It's not normal.
I don't think I have anything that would be able to hold it.
What is over here by this drain
Yeah,
that's
it's.
producing a shadow?
Yeah, you've got a weird bit of wall right here.
Do I?
It might have just been an accidental click dot.
Oh yeah, it's just a little click in the dynamic lighting.
Okay.
Sorry
I'm
about
sure it
that. Yeah,
wasn't something
that
important.
isn't anything.
Hmm.
As you guys come to the edge, you do see the little bit of caved-in wall, which leads to a bit of a tunnel that is caved in into the back. It is very tight packed back there, and you estimate probably it would take you all night to even work at extracting the stone there.
Well, this isn't great. Can I look, since there's some soil here, can I see if there's anything growing out of it?
I can tell you without making you roll for it, there is nothing growing out of it. It is completely just hard packed dirt and rock.
Guess it's a dead end then.
Seems like it.
Got me face melted for a lot of nothing.
Yes.
I lost a vial for nothing.
The only other way that we saw was that grate that led in the water, and I don't know how much we will really want to go into the water, or if we can get past that grate.
Any of you lot swim?
Well, I've got a potion.
No.
I have. I mean, as a turtle, I can. I can hold my breath for up to an hour.
Excellent.
That's incredible. If we're planning to go diving into the water, I'm definitely taking this dress off. It was too expensive.
Well, I was gonna have her do some scouting first to make sure that we could actually say, go through the grate and get somewhere. Because otherwise there's no point in it.
Yeah, fair point. I can do that.
Indeed. Well,
I imagine as a turtle, I wouldn't really care too much about mud and muck.
What about feces?
Yeah, it's not mud or muck.
I mean, yeah, feces is kind of
Yep.
questionable, but I can just tell myself it's mud.
Indeed.
It's just mud.
Just keep your eyes closed. We don't want you getting pink eye.
Well, she does have her goggles of night vision.
Yeah.
This is very true.
Oh. I think you're better equipped than the rest of us.
Do they seal around your face?
In a small extent,
Most
maybe.
goggles do.
Some goggles really don't form that seal, but carry on.
I'm gonna say
Not
that
get
these
bogged
ones
down
do.
in the details. Okay, so I guess we can head back that way, and I just want to keep an extra special eye out if there's any other ways that we might be able to go.
Yeah, as we're walking through, I want to kind of keep an eye out for anything that looks out of place. Would that be
Okay.
perception?
Yeah, go ahead and make perception checks as you head back down.
And that's a whopping 8.
That's a whopping 7.
I got to
That's a whopping 21.
Look at all these whoppers.
You do not see any other signs of gelatinous cubes or any other monsters like that, or really anything in this area. With your 21 Tergot, I will say that as you're looking at this hole made in the wall and the wall itself, you begin to realize that the bricks there are newer and much better formed than the other walls around there. The walls that have been broken in over here, the bricks themselves are newer. You kind of get the idea that at one point someone had purposely blocked off this area, but it had then been broken in inward since.
Fantine,
Uh-huh.
could we throw some of that gelatinous cube at the blockage there?
Well, I
I
mean,
mean, if you're willing to pick it up.
listen, it dissolves glass.
How quickly?
It dissolved
No.
glass immediately.
You have
Yeah,
a
it was
mage
beginning
hand,
to
but
dissolve
don't you?
almost immediately.
Well, I do have a mage hand, so
Indeed. I have a spell called Shatter that just kind of breaks stuff. I'm not sure how much that would help with the cave-in, but it could potentially help us break through a wall.
mage hand in the chat.
So what are you trying to do?
I think he's
Throw
trying to-
some of the acid of the gelatinous cube at the blockage that we can't get past.
Oh, I see.
tunnel block, dissolve dirt.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, yes, you can kind of scoop up some of the gelatinous cube slime.
But
But it will kind of like drip out the hands, and it's going to be a long process taking little scoop. Like, imagine scooping some rainwater in your palm and walking it, what is that, probably 60 or more feet from a pool to a spot to pour it over rock. I mean, you can do it. It's just going to take a really long time.
It
what
probably
about a
wouldn't save
skill
us any
check
more
to
time.
find out if there would actually be anything worthwhile back there?
Stick my ear up to it.
I mean, I can't think of a skill check that would tell you what's behind a cave-in. I guess perception to listen to it, Fantine.
Do I hear what sounds like hollow noise? I'll do perception. That's big 6 on that one.
You place your ear against the hard-packed stone at the far end of this caved-in tunnel and listen as hard as you can, and nothing. You hear not a sound.
Can I do that one more time, but on this wall here? Because I know that the grate went this way. It's kind of towards where we're at. So I just kind of want to hear if maybe there's a room on the other side of this wall.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and make another perception check.
I'll knock on it. Is it hollow? I don't know. That one's a 10.
Hard to tell. You're hitting solid stone, and other than the thud of your fist against it, you're not really hearing anything.
Honestly, guys, I have no idea. Let's go back to that strange grate.
Right,
Yeah,
back to the grate it is.
I will warn you, I don't do very well with water, especially that kind of water.
Well,
Don't
then this
worry,
will be
I'll see if
interesting.
it's even worthwhile to go through there.
Well, yeah, but if it is, then can we try to find a place, not into the water?
So I will remind you that going down this long corridor, it is slippery and covered in slime. You guys can repeat the process. I'm not going to make you guys re-roll for these things, but you do have to move a bit more carefully, and it is taking a bit more time to get back.
And again, while walking through this area, I'm kind of watching the walls to see if there's anything. Or is that with that other perception? Did you include this tunnel?
What do you... For what?
Like to see if there's any spots on the wall where it looks like there might be a hidden passage.
Go ahead and make another perception check.
That would be a 15.
Yeah, you don't see any signs of hidden passages or anything like that as you make your way down across this. You guys do remember, you are able to remember the effects of the mist, and you all kind of take deep breaths and run as fast as you can, and you do manage to get by it without too much ill effects. I want each of you to give me one wisdom saving throw at advantage.
I got 4.
18.
That's an 8. But you know what? I am just going to save the time now, and I'm going to say I'm using stillness of mind, and I'm not going to be frightened.
And also, Tergot rolled a 19. Because I said so.
You're giving him your 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please don't make me do this again.
Yes, I was. That's totally fine. I'm fine with you all managing to get through the gas with no issue. And you do come to the far end of the walkway, over the rickety wooden platform to this far side, and you can see the metal grate. The bars are wrought iron. Lots of water is rushing through, and there's a bit of a current down there. You cannot see through the water itself. It is just a dark, inky, disgusting sludge against your dark visioned eyes.
Okay, and I'm going to take that aforementioned regular quarterstaff that I have, and I'm going to put it in the water and see if I can see how deep the water is.
How long is a quarterstaff?
I don't know. That sounds like a you question, not a me question.
I
Wow.
would say anywhere between, because it has a reach of 10 feet, but that doesn't mean
But
that
that includes your arm. I'm going to say probably about 6 feet, probably.
Just call Ormr a pyromancer, because that was a sick burn.
Savage.
Okay. So I'm going to say you dip it down, and you go all the way down to your hands at the very end of it, and it's about 6 feet in length, and you push it down and push it down and push it down, and your fist touches the edge of that water, and you have to keep pushing, submerging your fist a little bit before you finally hit the bottom. You estimate it's probably just under 6 feet deep, probably a little more than 5.5.
And you said that this tunnel goes like down into the water. So
yeah, it goes down into the water, and the water goes past through the iron grate and beyond.
Right. Try not to think about it and just enjoy the swim.
Well, I guess we need to find out if the grate goes all the way to the bottom or not.
That's
That's what I'm gonna do. I can hold my breath, so I'm gonna take a deep breath. I mean, I'm just gonna.
So hold your nose.
It's mud. It's just
water.
mud.
How tall are you, Ormr?
I'm 5'2", but I can hold my breath for an hour.
No, I was just asking. Okay, so you hold your breath, close your eyes, kind of put your hands to your nose, and jump into the water.
I mean, I'm not jumping. I'm going to ease myself into it. And I'm just going to hold my quarterstaff up, too, so that way they have a visual of where I'm at.
Aww. Anyway, you slide down into this water, and the first thing that hits you is it is cold. Not ice cold, but definitely colder than the ambient air around you. And you shiver a little bit as your head goes under the water, and as your feet hit the bottom, they sink for about 1.5 inches of just the slimy, gunky sludge.
Mud. It's mud.
I don't know if any of y'all used to play in drainage ditches or in maybe in the Lake of the Ozarks and hit the bottom, but
No.
it's slimy, it's gross, it squeezes between your toes,
I mean, I am a turtle, and turtles are in mud a lot, so
and
it's mud.
you comfort yourself as much as you can with this, as you just feel this kind of oily film cling to your body a little bit and your clothes. But you do slide down, and as you open your eyes, it's very dark. It's Mississippi mud, pretty much, but you can see a little bit around you, maybe about 5 feet or so in front of you. And you walk over to the grate and begin feeling along it. And there at the bottom, there is a bit of a gap. The iron bars end in a long crossbeam across the tunnel that gives you about 1.5 feet of crawl space underneath it. You realize that it's going to be difficult. Everyone's going to have to go under the water to slide through this. But it is possible to get through it.
Okay, I'm gonna just like kind of come over to the edge and reach up, poke my head up, and relay that to him. Like, hey guys, if you want to take a little swim with me here, we can get under this one. Or do you want me to scout ahead and see what's up ahead first?
Right, here's the plan. You know the number 1 rule of the party, right, Tergot?
What?
Always split the
The
party.
number 1 rule of the party, never split the party.
Listen,
Fantine and I are going for a swim. You're free to do as you like.
Wait, Finn, before you go, I definitely disrobe down to my underclothes and put my dress in the bag of holding. And I've got like that fancy little, like, you know, the little pants that they wear, the kind of, you know.
Yeah, the little frilly.
Ben is just
I don't even know what they're
thinking in
called.
his head, it's not my fault, it's not my fault, don't yell at me, you
It's got
chose
the
to do it.
corset, like.
So you're stripping down out of your, like, do you wear armor or anything, Fantine?
No, I have
Okay.
the mage armor.
Okay, that's right.
I
You have
never
the
wear any armor anymore.
That's right. And you have your robe, so I assume you take that off as well. Or are you wearing your
No,
your
I'm definitely
robe?
still wearing my magic robe of protection.
Okay, so the only thing you're taking off is just your dress and your
My
hat?
Very
Okay.
expensive fancy dress and hat.
Okay, so
Not my fault.
we
chose to disrobe.
we all see Fantine sitting there in nothing but her skivvies, draped in a long robe that she kind of
Mm-hmm.
twists around her to give herself a bit of modesty. But sure.
Right.
So you all climbing
Sorry,
into
guys,
the water?
I wish there was another way, but I
I've-
guess here we go.
I have found that the best way to do something you don't like is to dive in head first, and so I do.
Okay.
I am not gonna dive in because I don't want to risk hitting my, like, hurting something because the water's too shallow, but I am gonna get in and follow them.
I see these two dive down, and I'm gonna make a wisdom check. Oh, that shouldn't have been advantage, but 15. Okay, yeah.
Oh, Ormr, I'm gonna hand you one end of a piece of rope
Okay, I'll take it.
because I've got a shitty strength score, which means I'm a bad swimmer. So if something happens to me, I can just tug on the rope and have you, like, pull me.
All right, yeah. I just tie it around my waist. You tie it around yours, I guess.
Yep.
I'll keep a hand on it so that we all stay together in the darkness.
Good plan.
So I
Hope we don't get hung up on something.
spend 30 seconds kind of mentally preparing myself, and then jump in as well.
Okay. And as you all jump down into the water, you all feel that slimy, gross sludge cling to your
Mud.
body.
It's just mud.
The water is very cold. And you can see before you, you all reach the edge of that pipe. You dip your heads underneath, crawl along the bottom, and you are able to climb your way inside. As you do, your head goes up again, looking for the top, and you realize the top of this tunnel is completely submerged in water. The tube seems to be going downward at a slight angle as you go, and you're all holding your breath as long as you can, and just holding it there as you move. Now, just so you know, Ormr has no problem because she can hold her breath for an hour. The rest of you, just so you're aware,
water breathing spell.
Yeah, just to so you understand how it works. You can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier.
3 minutes for me.
3 minutes.
I got a big old 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's just hurry the fudge on through.
Yeah.
So you hold your breath and go swimming along down this tunnel. And as you're swimming and guiding yourself along, you can feel that the current is taking you along with you, pushing you down this tube. The pressure is beginning to go a little faster as forcing you as you slide down. And as you do, it pushes you in through there into, let's see here. It pushes you down through this tunnel and that curves and begins going towards the east. The tunnel opens up into a chamber about it's hard to tell because of the murkiness, but you guesstimate it's probably it is getting a little bit clearer in this area. The water is, and you can see that's around maybe 20-30 feet across. The water goes all the way to the ceiling, about 10 feet up above you. And you can see that the floor is completely covered in a dark, thick layer of silt, debris, and things you probably don't want to think about. You can see several large mounds of debris and trash piled up in the corners of this room. And towards the end of the room, you can see an open tunnel that leads north, that the current seems to be slightly pushing you towards as you move.
Alright.
Ormr,
Flow.
what's that? Go ahead, Fantine.
I was just saying I'm going with the flow.
Okay. And Ormr, with her swim speed, easily shoots up towards that tunnel. And as you do, Ormr, go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, it was not supposed to be advantage, but that's
okay.
a 6.
You go swimming over to the edge of this tunnel and pause looking there. And as you do, you feel something just latch on behind you and snap as the jaws of a giant form rising up from the silt attacks you. And I need you all to roll for initiative. These guys get a sneak attack round.
So how much time would you say has elapsed before the battle?
Probably only about 3 rounds or so. You moved pretty quickly through that tunnel.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, hopefully we can get you guys through here quickly.
I'm more worried about making sure that you don't die because, no offense, but I chose a very heavy paperweight to tie myself to. If you suddenly were to go unconscious and fall.
I mean, but there's also the whole weightlessness and water thing too. But and also there's daggers and knives and shit.
And muscle doesn't float.
So, Finn, you are probably more down here with them.
Yeah.
I'll let you go right there. So anyway,
Sure.
You all see these giant shapes come lumbering up out of those piles of debris. The one swarms towards Ormr and attacks her. These guys are all going to get a sneak attack round before their regular round. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first.
I thought they didn't have those no more, Lieutenant Dan.
No, they have surprise conditions, so we are all surprised.
Yes. This is a surprise round, is what this is. Okay. So, as I said, it comes swimming up towards you and attacks. It's really... why is it rolling...
It's auto-rolling.
Yeah, well, 13 does not hit me. So it can take that 24 piercing damage
Be gone.
and shove it where it don't sign.
Indeed
or where
it
don't
can.
shine.
Indeed it can. As it swims up and just clamps down around you, its jaws hits your hard shell, Ormr, and you feel the teeth scraping along the shell as it pulls back, but it does not get any purchase on you. The next one...
I'm like a rock.
Comes up towards you, Fantine, and is attacking you. And that's a 15 to hit.
That misses.
That's a miss. The last one is attacking Tergot. So they're the ones that saw. And that's a 5, so that's a miss as well. Okay, we are at the top of the order, and it is Tergot who's up first. So Tergot, what are you doing?
I'm gonna take my 2 daggers because range attacks wouldn't do very well underwater.
There is rules as far as that goes that we should discuss real quick, which I actually have up for my other group, which is kind of funny.
Underwater combat rules right here in my DM's guide.
Yeah, so basically, certain attacks are at disadvantage. You can't use ranged weapon like a bow, but a crossbow is fine. Throwing weapons like a dagger or a dart or a javelin doesn't have the disadvantage, but if you go beyond its short range, it just automatically misses. And I believe there's something else, but I'm blanking on it in the moment.
Yeah, there's stuff with
here we go.
what kind of weapon.
Yeah, so let's see. Weapon combat. Usable underwater melee weapons are dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, and trident. All others have disadvantage if you don't have a swimming speed. Ranged weapons attacks miss beyond your normal range. They have disadvantage unless they are a crossbow, a net, or a weapon that is thrown like a javelin.
Alright, so then I'm gonna pull out my daggers so I can still get sneak attack. And I'm gonna...
Well, why would you would not get sneak attack?
I'm going for the one that's with Fantine.
But you're not. You still don't get sneak attack.
If an ally is next to it,
Within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, with rogues, if there's an ally in combat range or engage in combat with it, in melee combat, you get.
That's
sneak
right.
attack.
That's right.
Yep.
So,
as long as you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't because it's a dagger. So yeah, you're fine.
Then I'm gonna.
And I believe it's just for the first attack.
Yeah. I'll use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark it.
Okay. Which one are you Hunter's marking? The one next to you, or the one next?
The one that next to Fantine.
Fantine. Okay. So it is now Hunter's marked.
And I'll take my attacks on it.
Don't forget to call out your numbers.
10, 13, and 24, because I get a bonus action attack as well.
You used a bonus action to
Uh-huh.
cast
Oh,
Hunter's
right,
Mark.
right,
so
never mind.
You would not have that.
Sorry. 10 and 13.
So the 10 misses, the 13 does hit.
All right. That's 16 damage.
16 points of damage. You slash out with your dagger, cutting along this creature's throat, doing quite a bit of damage, and blood just begins to pour out into the water, clouding the water a little bit around the crocodile.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Fantine, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action hex this creature. So he's 100 marked and hexed. And then I guess I'll...
hold on a second, real quick. You had Hunter's Mark on that creature, Tergot. You did not roll your Hunter's Mark damage.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Is that this?
Oh, sneak, magic. Okay, is that what that is?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
There's a lot of things I have to add to it, but...
Yeah, I see it now. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Never mind.
Okay, so he'd been hexed. I guess I'll give him disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
Sure. And then I am going to hit him with my glaive, even though I get disadvantage. First one's an 11.
11 does not hit.
Second one is an 18.
That does hit.
12 slashing, 7 psychic, and an additional d6 necrotic for my hex. So I'm just gonna roll that d6. Oop, 6.
You come swimming up and just slash with your glaive, cutting deeply into this creature's side. It was already bleeding profusely from Tergot's hit, and your slash does it in. You see innards begin to float out from the belly of the creature, flowing into the water around you, as the crocodile just slowly sinks down to the floor of the sewer. It dead.
Ooh. Nice.
Good.
Okay. You do anything else on your turn?
I'll move right here.
Okay, fair enough. That's it for Fantine's turn. Next up, we have the crocodile that's under you, Tergot. It comes swimming towards you, and it is going to make a bite attack. And that's a 23 to hit.
Probably, yeah.
So these giant, powerful jaws clamp onto you, doing 11 points of piercing damage, and you just cry out in pain as the teeth sink into your leg and your chest. I need you to make a let's see. Oh, you gotta do that on your turn. So you are right now. Oh wait a minute, no, you would do that first. So go ahead and give me a Dex saving throw.
12.
Target is grappled. Escape DC. Yeah. So as it bites down on you and tries to clamp its jaws around you, you wiggle and pull and manage to pull yourself free out of its jaws, and you swim back just a little bit. Blood is now pouring out of your leg, and you are in pain. That's going to be it for the crocodile's turn. Finn, you're up.
All right. Time to get me a pair of boots. I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna blast him. Oh wait, shit. That's
Yeah.
wait. It's
Yeah.
a 20 for the, or a 25 for the first one. So
Yep, 25 does hit.
that'll be 10 damage from that one. The second one is only a 12
12 just hits.
for 10 damage, so 20 total.
Wow. With 2 blasts of Eldritch energy goes plumbing, shooting through the water, hitting this creature. First one knocks it back off its legs or off its swimming. The second one just punctures through the creature and explodes outward, killing
Wait.
it.
Oh, okay, well that's good, because let me make sure that this is actually still... No, it's not.
What's up?
It was not adding my modifier to the damage. So if it wasn't dead, it would have been another 10 damage, but it is dead. So we good.
Okay. Ormr, you're up next.
Okay, so do I have disadvantage with my quarterstaff then?
Yes, you would have disadvantage with your quarterstaff and with your unarmed strikes.
Didn't it said unless you have a swimming speed, right?
Oh, that's right. Unless you have a swimming speed.
I don't know if I do. Where would that be?
Well, let's find out real
Should
quick.
be under your turtle information.
Turtle. No, it does not say anything about having a swimming speed. They can just roll really low.
Because it does say I'm not a natural swimmer.
So yeah, you do not have a swim speed. So yes, these are at disadvantage.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just gonna do my normal turtle stuff. Let's see, 24, I'm assuming hits.
Oh yeah.
26, I'm assuming hits.
Yep.
Let's just see what that does. 8 and 11. That's what, 19 damage? Is it still alive?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna, flurry of blows it with a 12 and another 12.
Both miss.
Well, crap. Sorry, guys. I mean, I did a decent bit of damage, though.
Is that it for your turn?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Next up, we come to the giant crocodile, who you
Good
just
luck.
hit twice, and it's looking pissed off.
Just one angry crocodile. I think to myself, since I can't speak.
It swims up towards you, and it is biting. And that's a 26 to hit.
Okay, well, yeah, that does hit.
Sorry, there's no one here by the name you.
Okay. 22 points of piercing damage to Ormr, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Oh, wait. I don't know if I was supposed to be a disadvantage.
That should not have been a disadvantage. The 28 is good, and it definitely beats the DC of 16, so these jaws clamp down and bite deep into you, doing quite a bit of damage, but you're able to kick back and push and get free from its jaws. Okay. Tergot, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna swim around Fantine and get into this guy's melee space with
I feel like this guy
against
should
my
have
better
2
judgment.
bite
We've
attacks.
been making swim checks.
Actually, well, so you move at half your speed underwater. Okay. You don't need to make athletics check to do it each time. You just can only move at half your speed.
Cool.
And I'm gonna use my bonus action to move my harness mark onto him
Okay, you can do that.
and attack him.
I will say that if the current was a lot stronger, you'd probably have to be making checks, but just not in this circumstance.
Thank God.
15 and 23.
A 15 misses, the 23 hits.
That does. I can't do math actually.
24.
It does a lot.
It does 24 points of damage.
Excellent.
More than Ormr did. That's all that matters here.
Oh,
Hey, now, if my other 2 attacks would have hit,
I know this water is freezing, but damn, that was cold.
Sick burns in cold water. Doing anything else on
hey,
your turn,
balance
Tergot?
everything out.
No, that's all I have.
Okay. Fantine, you're up.
I will bonus action move my hex over to him.
Go for
and
it.
then I'll be right behind Tergot and hit him with my glaive. That 10-foot reach. 16 on the first one.
A 16. A 16 does hit. The 9 misses.
Okay, so 10 and then an additional d6 for another 6. So 16. 16.
Another 16 points of damage. Your glaive goes shooting through the air, or through the water, past Tergot as you slash, doing a decent amount of damage. It is still up.
Is what I say.
Mm-hmm. I believe
So
it.
you open your mouth underwater.
No, I say, with my mouth.
You gotta add the bubblies too.
Oh, I bet this water tastes great.
No, I did not open my mouth.
Yeah.
A closed mouth,
Finn, it's your turn.
Did the I guess that was the one that was already dead.
Yeah.
But
It's alright, we'll get him probably this time.
and I will blast him. Good job. First one, 16.
16 hits.
13 points. Second one, 26. Definitely hits. 7 points.
You hit him twice with your Eldritch Blast. Once, a second time, and it rocks back from the hits. It is still up, but is definitely hurting.
I will bonus action Misty Step over to here.
Okay. You poof out of existence and reappear behind him, putting your back to the corner of the wall there. Ormr, you're up next.
Okay, I mean, I'm gonna, 1, 2 with my quarterstaff. That's a 26 and a 14.
Both hit.
Okay, that's an 8 and 11, which would be 19. Is he still alive?
Yeah, that's definitely going to do this guy in. So, Ormr, how does this look?
I mean, I feel like I just caved his skull in.
Oh, wait a minute. You should have been making those at disadvantage.
Oh crap, I was supposed to make those a disadvantage.
So,
Okay.
what we're going to do instead is take the 26 and the 14 as your first attack.
Yeah, and that'd be 8 damage for that. I'll take
Yeah.
the 8.
That's fine.
Wait, does the 14
Okay.
hit?
Yeah, the 14 does hit.
Okay.
So we'll consider the 8. There's a 12 for my second.
So that misses.
Okay, well then I'm doing my, flurry of blows. That'd be a 22 and a 16, which I know that both
Yeah,
hit.
they do both hit. So just make sure you mark off your key point that you used.
I
But
am.
how does this look?
I mean, well, in that case, my fist just goes through his skull.
Absolutely.
And, I just pulverize his brain.
And after you cave in his skull, you push off of the thing's back, and you watch as it slowly sinks down to the bottom of the water. And it is dead.
Damn.
Okay, and I suggest we move the fudge on.
Yep.
I mean, I'm okay, but I know you guys are probably not.
Well,
I was hoping it was gonna float.
I suppose
We
it
all
would float
down
at
here,
some
so-
point, yeah.
Because if it floats up, then I can get me some boots.
I mean, yeah, I suppose it would float up to the top at some point after sinking to the bottom.
For now, let's worry about being able to breathe.
But yes, you are all still holding your breath. Probably been about a minute since you first went underwater at this point, so some of you are feeling a little bad. There is a tunnel that water seems to be rushing towards, and as you look down it, Ormr, you can see that it curves off to the east. There's also a smaller pipe right here that continues upward north. You can feel that the water pressure is pushing out down towards you into this tunnel. And as you're looking into it, this pipe that you're seeing looks to be maybe about 5 feet by 5 feet wide. You could probably squeeze through it and continue and go and see where it leads if you wanted to. It's going to be a tight fit though, and you'll all have to go single file. However, as you look to the east, you can see a bit of light at the edge of this tunnel right here. The water seems to be pouring outward from a space, and you can see a bit of clearness through the spray and some light towards that area.
Okay, I'm going to motion for them down that way, because I'm assuming that looks like there's a spot where they could go and catch their breath, correct?
It does definitely look like there's light out there, and the water seems to be pushing in that direction. You guess maybe it opens up?
Okay, because I kind of want to explore up here. I mean, I'm doing okay breathing-wise. They need to go down there and get their breath, so I'm kind of motioning for them to go there while I'm kind of edging over this way.
I point at Ormr, and then I point at me, and then I give her a thumbs up and follow her.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, so you're okay with breathing-wise?
Mm-hmm.
I'm already halfway down the tunnel where they were pointing to, saying, or trying to get to the air.
Okay. So Ormr and Fantine begin grasping onto the edge of that tube, the pipe going to the north, and begin dragging yourself along through it.
Yeah, I'm tied to Ormr, so I guess I'm gonna go that way.
Oh shit! Oh shit! You are.
I mean, you can untie yourself.
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
too late. Too late.
Mm-hmm.
Time for adventures.
Okay. So Tergot, you go swimming towards the light. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I'm about to drown.
Okay. You go swimming in this general direction. As you come to the wide opening, it's about 6.5 feet around, and you allow the water to just push you out. You fall downward.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah. You fall downward into an open basin, and you land in more water. And as you land, you kind of sink down to the bottom. Your feet touch the bottom. You push up, and your head crests the top of the water, and you take a deep, deep breath. As you're looking around, you can see to your immediate right and to your left bits of platform of stone, the pathways that you guys had seen earlier, and you can swim up to it and grab onto it. As you pull yourself up, you can see a small campfire with a tent behind it, and a goblin, a very surprised-looking goblin, sitting near the foot of the tent, looking over at you. Where the hell did you come from?
Oh my god, that was horrible. Who are you?
Ormr, Fantine, and Finn. Ormr and Fantine are pushing their way very carefully, using their hands and their feet to crawl their way along this tunnel, dragging Finn along behind you. The water-filled tunnel, as you can see, begins to curve upward to the north, and continues to lead northward for a good 30 or so feet. I need as you continue to push your way, the tunnel begins to incline a little bit, and steadily pushing upward along this northern trek. I'm going to need each of you, Ormr and Fantine, to make athletics checks. Finn, you're just kind of holding on to this rope as they pull you,
Yep.
so you really don't need to.
Going along for the ride.
Well, I forgot about the disadvantage, so we're just gonna go with that 20 because I'm assuming that's
That was the first one.
Big 6.
Ormr, you're fine dragging yourself along this tube. Your hands and your feet stretched outward to hold the sides of this tube. this pipe that you're going along. Fantine, it's much more difficult for you, and Finn actually bumps against your back as Ormr's just plowing on ahead, and you grab onto the rope just in time before being swept back. Fortunately, Finn was there to brace you, otherwise you would have been pushed all the way back down the edge of the pipe. But the two of them drag you along behind Ormr.
As long as I wasn't bracing her with my horns, I think she's okay.
No, it's probably back to chest. And Ormr begins dragging you all as the pipe curves onward to the west. And eventually you find it stops and goes directly up in a curve. And as it does go upward, you realize that the tube is starting to narrow and narrow. However, at the edge of this, the tube opens up to a bit of a staircase that you all begin to climb upward, and you find a small chamber of sewer stone opened up that allows you all to climb out and get a big gulp of air.
Well,
And I just start breathing normally because, I mean, that was nothing to me.
To the south, you can, but beyond the stairwell, which leads upward past the water line to a narrow 10-foot wide chamber filled with trash and debris. You can see piles of broken and gnawed bones intermingled with rubble and leaves and junk. You look upward, and the ceiling is about 10 feet up for the first 10 feet or so, but then makes a sharp incline up, and you can see a little bit of starlight coming from above.
And I imagine as I look back and see Finn, my eyes get big. I'm like, oh, you were attached to me. I am so sorry. Whoa. Are you okay?
It's fine. You know, being the leader sometimes means you gotta take the lumps.
Can I look for some poyok?
You certainly can. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Where's all the poyok?
Yeah, let's do that.
You do not see any sign of any vegetation. You do see a big mound of, like I said, debris and bone and rubble and trash. And as you step forward towards the light that's coming down, shining upon this big pile of trash and junk, you see a huge swarm of rats come running out towards all of you, chittering and screaming as it races up towards the first meal no doubt these things have seen in a little while. And I need you guys to roll for initiative again.
Okay. Don't mind if
Rats? Really?
I'm guessing I'm not going to be in this because I'm not over there.
And I forgot to hit my character, but I got 19.16 apparently.
That's for if two people roll the same thing. You could tell who has the higher dexterity
Yeah.
to see who goes
Okay,
first.
but still, I got 19. So can you put that in there? Since I apparently suck as a player.
There we go.
You know, you missed your opportunity.
I always do.
No, Matt. He could have gone with, that sounds like a you thing, not a me thing.
Oh, I probably could
Oh
have.
yeah, true.
So.
Okay, let's just stomp on some rats and then go back, since apparently
Question is, do we even need to stomp on these rats?
I've
Can't
got
we just
this
get in the water
handled.
slide?
I've got this
I
handled.
mean, we could always just go back. I was thinking, oh, Look, another way to go. Maybe there's something good up
No,
there.
no, no. I'll take care of the rats. Don't you worry.
But then I have to wait here.
Well, all of these rats come running towards all of you, screeching and yelling and running in your direction. Fantine, you're up first, so what are you doing?
Can I move through this friendly square to get to Waterslide?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Woo! I jump back into the waterslide. Fuck these rats. Bye!
You go running, dodging back jumping into the tube and lets the water begin pushing you. It should probably get you about
Oh,
10,
sorry.
10 or so feet.
That's fine.
And that's it for Fantine's turn, apparently. I guess, yeah, sure, why not? Ormr, you're up next.
I mean, I'm just gonna go up here. I ain't afraid of no rats. Shit.
It's not about fear.
Bonk one on the head at 18
Yeah, that hits.
for 12. Is that one still alive?
Yep, because
Let's
it's
just
not
hit
just
this
one rat. This is a swarm of rats. A
Oh.
huge pile of... You can't tell if it's 20 or 100.
I got this.
Okay, well the second one is 23, which hits for 13 damage on this one again.
Yeah, that's enough to take it out, though.
Okay, well then I'm gonna turn my attention to this one. Flurry of blows, 18 and 21, both of which hit for 11 and 9 damage for 20 damage on number 2 here.
Yeah, you punched once, twice to get into these rats, doing quite a bit of damage, but there is still quite a few of them swarming about.
Alright, have at it, Finn.
In the words of Liam Neeson, time to spread the word
Well-
of the day.
Next up is the swarm of rats. At least that's the dead one. So the next one, the one that the group that you just started hitting, comes swarming up to you. It's actually moving into your space and begins running up around you, biting at you. That's a 21 to hit.
Oh, shit.
So 7 points of piercing damage as these rats just begin chomping into you. Now it's Finn's turn.
Time to spread the word of the day.
Kill him, Finn.
And the word is fireball.
Rip.
I thought the word was bird.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
Okay. You cast Fireball and you throw it towards the back of this room. 1 second here.
That's probably a bad idea. Yeah,
I knew you well.
Let's see.
Looks
The
like
radius
Ormr's gonna have to
of
look for a new name, probably.
the radius of Fireball is 30 feet, I think.
Let me pop that into the chat for you. It is a 20-foot radius
20 foot.
sphere.
40 feet diameter.
Okay. So you cast the spell. It hits the side of the wall. I need everybody, including Fantine, to make dexterity saving throws as this entire area just explodes with flame that goes everywhere.
Wow, I felt a weird rumble. Did you feel it, Mr.
Wow,
Goblin?
shit, that's a 7.
I'm gonna use my tower card, which is a legendary resistance, and I choose to succeed.
I did not succeed, but I do have fire resistance.
That helps.
Yeah, and I'm SOL.
Okay, so 2 of the swarm of rats failed. 1 of them succeeded. So let's see.
Oh, wait. Haha. I still failed.
Yo, you get to roll with advantage.
Because it's a magic spell.
So, Ormr, Finn, and And all of the first 2 rats all took 30 points of damage. Finn, since you have the resistance of fire, you would take half of that, so 15 points of damage. Fantine, you would take 15 points of damage. And technically the diseased rat would have taken 15 points of damage. But... oh, wait a minute. It has 45 hit points, so yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah. It's just wrong on my thing. I didn't realize I had the shift on. Oh, well. Ormr, the gods smile kindly at you and remind you that you're a monk, so you have evasion.
I do have evasion.
Yes, that's totally why I cast this spell, because I knew you would be fine. And there would be no problem.
So you would have taken 15 points of damage as well. Because on a failure, you take half, and I believe it is how that was worded.
Yes.
Yeah, and on a success, you take none.
Yeah, it allows you to make dex save throw to take only half damage. Instead, you take no damage if you succeed. Oh, thank the gods.
So
Thank you, gods, for reminding me of this.
Thank the god Hellhound.
Okay.
And as the spell fades, all of you feel crisped and in pain. The water that was rushing around you, Fantine, evaporated for one quick moment, and you were just assaulted by the most noxious gas you've ever smelt in your life before more water hits you from the back and pushes you down this tube. I need you to go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, Fantine.
Okay.
Oh.
14.
14 is going to be a success, so you take 6 points of damage. Which poison damage as you inhale those toxic fumes, and the water pushes you another 30 feet or so feet around, banging against the edges of these of this tube. Eventually, it pushes you out. Unless you're going to try to stop yourself, you can stop yourself on your next round.
I'm riding it all the way.
Wait, what are the toxic fumes from?
From your fireball incinerating the wastewater.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And actually, you're right there. You probably would have taken that too. Go ahead and give me a con saving throw as well, Finn.
Sure. 9.
Yeah, that's a failure. You take 12 points of poison damage from the water incinerating that area.
Bonus action. Second wind.
Probably.
I get back 2 hit points.
Woo! Nice.
You guys are technically out of combat now, but all of you...
Is this guy dead then?
Yeah, that guy's dead as well.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's
No,
dead.
he is not dead. That is my bad completely. I do apologize.
Back on the book.
Yeah. Now I gotta go find his initiative. There it was,
I wonder
12.
how Tergot's doing.
Yeah, Tergot, I'm probably at this point, Tergot is still sputtering and pulling himself up to the side and is just now seeing this goblin. Let's go ahead and add you just for the fun of it, Tergot. I'm just going to put you at the bottom. On your turn, as you're pulling yourself up, that's when you're seeing this little goblin sitting near a campfire with a tent on this little island of platform before you. You can see a bit of a wooden bridge that has been built over this narrow gap of water. The water seems to tee off to the north and to the south, where it ends in a drain that the water seems to be going down. What are you doing?
Hi, Mr. Gabo. Listen, don't kill me and I won't kill you, alright? And I'll get onto the island.
You pull yourself up onto the island and kind of shake yourself, all that filthy fecal water raining out, and he's just, let's just, where the heck did you come from?
I wasn't gonna kill you, but now that you got them all wet.
I don't want to talk about it, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on my leg, try not to get that thing infected.
Yeah, go ahead. You can
cast
do
that at level 2. Which I accidentally put all my sneak attack stuff, but 9 points of healing.
Yeah, 9 points of healing. You touch your leg and feel that healing warmth go spreading down it, sealing up the gator bite wounds, and making you whole once again. And that's probably it for your turn. Okay. Actually, yeah, Fantine, you would have been here at this point.
Ooh.
That's my bad. Back to the top of the order, which is technically Fantine. Yeah.
I continue.
You're continuing to allow the movement, the motion of the water to drag you back down?
Could I, like, dash or swim with
Oh,
it?
yeah, you absolutely could.
So how far would that... Because I know I travel at half speed, but then it's pushing me.
It's pushing you, so I'm going to say you could probably use the momentum of that to gain an extra 10 feet of movement.
Okay, so then I would have a normal speed of 25 feet.
Yes.
20, 25. And then I can dash as my action to go another 25 feet.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. That's it for your turn. Ormr, you're up next. You can still see the one single rat still in the pile, burnt and singed and leering over all of the bodies of its comrades. What are you doing?
I mean, clearly, I'm gonna bop him on the head. 18, I'm assuming hits.
Oh, yeah.
For 9 damage. Is that enough to take him out?
It is not.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him again then for 27.
Yep, that'll
which
hit.
hits with another 9 damage.
Okay. 18 points of damage so far. This thing is still alive. It's looking hurt, though.
I think I'm gonna leave it at that because I've only got 1 key point left.
That's fine, I can blast him.
Okay.
Please don't fireball again.
No. I'm out of spell slots now.
Oh, thank God.
And that was mostly because, it was a swarm of rats. That's how you deal with a swarm. Alright, so I'm going to Eldritch Blast him. 26 for 12.
12 more points of damage to it, which is just enough to take this thing out.
Okay, cool.
So, Finn, how does it look?
I'm going to say he, temporarily opens his mouth to bite, and it just goes straight through and, blasts out the back.
Absolutely. And as
Blows his tail off.
And as this thing falls to the ground dead, you all just kind of take a moment and breathe and realize you almost fucking killed yourselves.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a moment just to look around and see if there's if this was worthwhile. Is there anything up here? Did we just waste our frickin' time and almost die for nothing?
Finn looks over at Ormr and goes, "Hey."
And a 3, I see nothing. I'm pissed. We came up here for absolutely no
Finn
reason.
looks over at Ormr and goes, "Hey, did you see that demon?"
Demon?
Yeah, the one that just threw that fireball at us.
Oh, you mean
you? No, I'm a satyr.
What's the 21 in perception supposed to be for?
Looking at the trash, see if there's any dead bodies or anything of value here.
Anything that survived that fireball that he just unleashed?
So, as I said, there at the very back there is a large pile of trash and refuse, gnawed on bones, broken bits, and things like that. You go, and now that you exploded a giant fireball in what I described as a 10 by 25 room, it's all been spread everywhere, charred bits of, and the smell is horrible, as the fireball also singed the living shit out of all that animal hair around there. It smells even worse than the sewer. The one thing you do see on the ground, oddly pristine, is a hat. A little jaunty tilby, I imagine, with a little feather sticking out of one side.
I'm gonna pick up the hat.
And you do, and it's you're amazed as you pick it up and look it over that there is no burns on it whatsoever.
Cool.
You also kind of push around and look, and now that you're seeing it, you can see little gleams of gold in among the rubble. It's quite a bit of coin here, but it's all spread out, and it's going to take you a bit of time to collect if you wanted to.
I'll
I
look
mean,
over
if
Ormr
we
and
both,
say, hey, there's money here. You want to help me dig it out?
yeah, I was gonna say if we both go and try to pick it up, will that make it go quicker?
Maybe a bit, but it's still going to take you guys about 10 minutes to do so.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Then as you guys settle in to do that, Fantine has probably been pushed out of the tunnel by the force of the water pressure, and manages to catch herself on the edge as Tergot is standing there looking at this goblin with a fire between the two of them. You can see that as well.
Did you find a new Poyoke?
No, I found a new friendo. Hey, Gabo, what's your name, by the way? I'm Tergot.
Well, and we are going to find out what happens at the start of next session. So, yeah. Good time, everybody. It's always nice to watch somebody try and kill themselves. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next Monday. On behalf of everybody here at the Debauchery Circus, thanks for watching. Have a great evening. And, oh yeah, that's right. We will not be having a session next Monday because we got something going on during the day. So in 2 weeks, the Debauchery Circus will be back. Thanks for watching again. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.